Okay, so I have my olive oil open. I have to re-tear my scale first. Um, so we're gonna pour out 34 ounces of olive oil. It's making a lot of noise. 34. All right. And so then with this, I just pour it into my pan here, which I'll be mixing all of the ingredients into. So just let that all of it, every last drop. Okay, so now I finished pouring all of that in. And then with the coconut oil, thankfully it's a 14-ounce bottle. So I won't need to measure out anything for this. I can just pour it all in right away. And with this, I just let it melt over time on its own. So I wouldn't have to manipulate it or anything like that. So just pour all of that in. Okay. Set that aside. And now I want to pour in my aloe vera oil. Okay. So much easier when everything's already measured out. You don't really need your scale. So I'm going to set that aside. And now I'm going to focus on my tear out my skirt. Wipe my hands off. Now I'm going to focus on my water and my lye. So I need 10.48 ounces of lye. Turn this so you can see it. This is just a plastic container I'll be pouring the lye into. And so now I need my gloves, don't I? Since I'll be handling this lye. And I have my vinegar here handy, just in case anything gets on me. I have my long sleeves. Let me take off my watch. Okay. Okay, so we need 10.48 ounces of lye. Okay, we're at the 10.4. I'm going to set this aside. Okay, and then here's the bowl I'll be using to put in my distilled water along with the lye mixture. So my water, I need 39 ounces. I am at 31. I put a little too much, so I have to take out 0.2. I'm going to use a spoon to remove 2 ounces. I need something to put it in. There we go. So I'm at exactly 39. Okay. And this is a learning curve. I know I'm not doing this exactly how anyone else may do it, but I'm learning as I go. So now I'm putting on my mask along with my goggles. So I may sound a little funny. Putting on my mask and my goggles because now I am going to mix in my lye with the water, and this is going to be, I don't know, it's going to get extremely hot. I do know that. Okay, so you want to mix in a little bit at a time of the lye with the water. You never want to put the water into the lye. Always do lye into water. Whoa, I was trying to avoid a plop. So you just want to mix it in until it's clear again. I'll know for next time to use a slightly bigger bowl to avoid any spills. And so this I'll only use for my lye. I won't ever use this for anything else. I could just smell the fumes of the lye. Be sure that you're in a well ventilated area. I don't really feel the heat that people seem to describe, but I'll trust them. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's pretty warm. So if you can see that it's getting clearer. It's taking a little time. Um, it's not too bad. Maybe only 2 minutes have passed by, but I can say it's very. The fumes are pretty strong, so it's getting clear, pretty clear. You can see that it's pretty clear now. So I'll be putting in my thermometer. So and putting this to the side and letting it cool off to 100 degrees before I add it into my oils. So I'll put in my high temp thermometer so I can get a good gauge on the temperature inside. Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's going up to 125 degrees so far. Okay, so we're back. My mixture has cooled down enough to where I can now pour it in with my oils. It took quite some time to cool down. I was not anticipating that amount of time, but I don't know for next time. I guess with the editing of other videos on YouTube, it seems like it's going to be quick. But I see now that it takes a while. So I'm going to be very careful because mine is kind of filled to the top. Okay. I'm going to start off with my spoon, stirring everything in. And then I'll move on to using my mixer. Can you see that? And I guess if I'm going to make another video, I mean, like I said, this is a learning curve. So if I was to make another video, I'll definitely have to use a shorter pot so that it'll be more visible. So we're just going to continue to use our spoon here. And then when I switch to my mixer, I'm going to mix for 20 to 30 seconds at a time. You don't want to over mix it. So I'm going to set this to the side, set my spoon to the side, and switch to my mixer. Okay, there are two speeds, 1 and 2. I guess I'm going to start with 1 to get the hang of it. So then I'll just mix around using the mixer itself. And then toward the end, once it starts to trace, I'll add in my vitamin E oil and my oats. Okay, I wanted to bring you guys back to see where I am right now. It's not quite trace. See, it's not really leaving any trace marks yet. So I still have more mixing to do. I don't know, guys. I brought you all back. Mine isn't tracing like I would like it to. It's slightly doing it, but not really. Maybe my ratio was off. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to stop stirring it now because it's starting to get these little bubbles. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my vitamin E oil. Wow, nobody told me vitamin E was so thick. So let's see, this is going to take a while to pour all in. So I'll bring you all back once this goes all in. Wow, this is really thick. So we'll bring you guys back. So I decided to steam my vitamin E oil a little bit to let it loosen up. So I'll go ahead and add my oats in now instead. Let's see what we can get from this. I don't know. This is just getting weirder and weirder, guys. I'm getting nervous. I hope this works. So these are my steel cut oats here. The first one was just the whole oats. So we're gonna mix this in. I don't really want to use my blade. I'm just gonna use my mixing stick to just to stir it in. I'm not gonna really turn it on because I don't want to cut the oats. But as you can see, it's sticking on there. So I have a little ray of hope that this will turn into something. I'm just nervous. And I guess I'm nervous because I'm comparing my experience to others I've seen on YouTube or websites. So I'm just going to be optimistic and hope for the best for my particular batch. You know, I got started doing this, wanted to do something different from others anyway. So if mine is turning out different, then I guess that's a good thing. And so actually it is kind of starting to trace a little bit more. So I guess I'm getting a little more excited about that. So I'll just continue to stir this. I won't stir it to the point where it'll start getting hard. Okay, we're gonna try again here with the vitamin E oil. I've steamed it, so hopefully it loosened up. Let's see. It loosened up a little. It's coming out a lot faster than it was. I'll tell you that. So I'm just gonna dump this whole bottle. It appears as though it's probably still gonna take a little time. Okay, so the bottle is just about empty. It actually didn't take as long as I thought it would, but at first, had I not steamed it a little bit, it probably would have took all day. I had no clue that vitamin E oil was so thick like that. So I am tracing a little bit more than I had been, but hey, we're learning. I'm just gonna take it as it is and start putting it into my molds. As you can see, I have my molds here ready. I'm actually to make sure I'm neat. I'm going to scoop it into my measuring cup. I've cleaned my measuring cup, and then I'll pour it into my molds to be just a little cleaner. I hate mess. I hate having to clean up extra mess. So as you can see, this is what my mix looks like now. I do believe my formula probably was a little off, especially with the water, that is. But let's hope that more water doesn't affect my end result. Uh, put my mixer to the side here. Okay. So now I'll use my ladle to, or I can just grab it out and dip it in here, really. Okay. It did create a bit of a little mess on the sides, but it's okay. Now let's pour it into the first one. I'm so nervous. Okay. So they look great to me. I know two more experienced soap makers, they're probably like, oh my God, what is that mess? But hey, I'm just having a good time. I need a little bit more for this last one. So I'm going to put all of my excess into this red one, but it appears as though I've made a lot. So I may need my other molds that I have off to the side. I didn't realize it was going to make this much. So can you see the red one is almost pretty much full. Let's take another hunk out of here. Note to self, get more molds. Let's see, this one is pretty much full. So I have these pink molds off to the side here. I'm gonna fill these up. Probably use my oval. I want to just pour the rest into my measuring cup. Okay. And then I'll pour the rest of that into my molds here. So this batch made a lot. I'm actually using 5 molds here. But granted, these pink ones are smaller. These will be smaller bars. I can use these on my son. He suffers with mild eczema, so this should help him a lot. Hey, that's if we've done it right. Okay, so there we are. So that batch made a full loaf, 8 of the massage bars, and let's see, what is this? 16 circular small bars, and roughly like about 11 or 12 of the. I'm going to cover them up. This, wrap the whole thing, and then we'll get back in 24 hours to see if we have a great creation or a great mess. Hopefully, we'll have a great creation. This kind of took longer than I expected, but hopefully, it'll be worth it. It'll be less medicines I'll have to buy for my son for his eczema and dry skin. Less soap for the family. Who knows? Even though I am a certified couponer, so soap isn't a problem. But hey, wherever you can save. So I'm gonna wrap these up and bring you guys back in 24 hours to see what we have created. Hopefully, it turns out nice. We'll see. Hi everyone. So I'm back. It's been actually 48 hours. I wanted to wait to let them dry a little bit longer because I was a little nervous. I've been taking a few peeks at them. So here I have my sewing sheets that I'm going to put into my box to let the soap cure in for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Uh, to be honest, guys, I'm not sure if I am really digging the smell of these. I mean, they came out pretty decent, but I don't know if I really want to take a bath with this, to be honest. But I mean, who knows? It may turn out to be pretty decent. Now, let's see if I can get this out of here without ruining it. Let's see what we have. Oh, I broke some off. Oh, gosh. But I guess it looks okay. It would have been cuter if I wouldn't have broke it off. But whatever. I guess we're learning. Like I said, we're learning, we're learning, we're learning. So maybe I just need to pluck them out like this. God, don't break on me, don't break on me, don't break on me. Oh no, two of these broke too. Okay, I guess we could just officially say this was my learning batch. These are not coming out too pretty. They smell like, I don't even know how to describe it. It doesn't smell like soap. I guess traditional soap that we're used to buying from the market. Hmm. So it's safe to say that my formula was wrong because these molds did not, I mean, not the molds, these soap did not do as well as I would have liked. But I will be making another batch probably in a couple days or so. God bless you. God bless you. So just popping all these out. They're just so broken up. God bless you. Mm. Yeah, it's safe to say that formula was off, 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 off. We're gonna uncover the. I'm gonna save the big bread mold for last. I'm gonna do the small ones. These should pop right out. Yeah, see, these are popping right out. They don't have the extra little ridges down at the bottom. So these actually came out pretty decent. I wouldn't give them to anybody, but I don't know. We'll see in 6 weeks what these turn out like. Drink some water and a drink. So I'm just trying to get them. You don't want them to touch. I know that. So I'm just standing them up on the side to make more room for all of them. I mean, I'm slightly embarrassed. But hey, this was my first crack at it. And I'm sure others usually don't record their first crack at it, but I wanted to document mine so that I can see, have a log of where I went wrong, what I did right. But this is looking like I didn't do anything right. I don't know. It was fun though. I mean, it hasn't discouraged me from not doing it again. That's for sure. I'll definitely make another batch, try my hand at it again. So I'm not discouraged. I'm encouraged. I mean, the bars actually, with the oats, they don't look half bad. It's just I'm not sure how effective they would be. I don't know. I have to laugh to keep from crying. Trying to squeeze these in wherever I can. Just squeezing these last couple in here. So this is what it yielded with the molds. So had this been a good batch, this would have actually been a lot of soap. But who knows? Something. I mean, we might hit a turn in the next 6 to 8 weeks. So this is my big bread mold, my big rectangle. I'll actually need to cut this one. So let me get my chopper. Okay, so I have my chopper. I'm going to turn this over. I'll use red. I guess that indicates danger, danger. I have another box here to the side. It's actually a taller box, so you can't quite see into it. But line the box with this. Let's see what happens when I turn this over. Oh, it actually wasn't half bad. It's a nice bar here. It's pretty heavy. Solid. So I'm going to chop it into bars. I'll make them relatively thin so they can cure faster. I don't know if that even makes sense. Oh, and that makes an easy, easy, easy chop when you use a chopper. So this is how it looks inside with the oats. I mean, it's nice. It seems like it would do the job, but I don't know. So I'll just chop them and place them in my box here. So I mean they look okay. I still can't quite describe the smell. It's not horrible and it's not great. I just know it's not what I what I would have wanted. I know for next time I'm going to use a fragrance, probably lavender. I already have it in my cart on Amazon. Do what? What directions? Drink some of your drink. Right there. So I'll still like you guys to keep in touch with me, follow my progress to see my soap making journey. And I eventually will probably try my hand. I'll keep this one this size. I don't think I need to chop that one up anymore. Oh, but it's so fat at the back. But that's fine. I'll probably try my hand at bath bombs as well at some point. I know you're wondering how are you gonna try something new? You haven't even mastered this. But it's been fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. So we have this. And we have this box here. Can't really see. It's so deep in. Oh, and they're all falling. But yeah. So thanks guys for tuning in. See you next time. Yeah, see these are popping right out. They don't have the extra little ridges down at the bottom. So these actually came out pretty decent. I wouldn't give them to anybody, but I don't know. We'll see in 6 weeks what these turn out like. So I'm just trying to get them. You don't want them to touch. I know that. So I'm just standing them up on the side to make more room for all of them. I mean, I'm slightly embarrassed. But hey, this was my first crack at it. And I'm sure others usually don't record their first crack at it, but I wanted to document mine so that I can see, have a log of where I went wrong, what I did right. But this is looking like I didn't do anything right. I don't know. It was fun though. I mean, it hasn't discouraged me from not doing it again. That's for sure. I'll definitely make another batch, try my hand at it again. So I'm not discouraged. I'm encouraged. I mean, the bars actually, with the oats, they don't look half bad. It's just I'm not sure how effective they would be. I don't know. I have to laugh to keep from crying. So this is what it yielded with the moles. So had this been a good batch, this would have actually been a lot of soap. But who knows? Something. I mean, we might hit a turn in the next 6 to 8 weeks. So this is my big bread mold, my big rectangle. I'll actually need to cut this one. Okay, so I have my chopper. I'm going to turn this over I'll use red. I guess that indicates danger, danger. I have another box here to the side. It's actually a taller box, so you can't quite see into it. But line the box with this. Let's see what happens when I turn this over. Oh, it actually wasn't half bad. It's a nice bar here. It's pretty heavy. Solid. So I'm going to chop it into bars. I'll make them relatively thin so they can cure faster. I don't know if that even makes sense. Oh, and that makes an easy, easy, easy chop when you use a chopper. So this is how it looks inside with the oats. I mean, it's nice. It seems like it would do the job, but I don't know. So I'll just chop them and place them in my box here. So I mean, they look okay. I still can't quite describe the smell. It's not horrible and it's not great. I just know it's not what I what I would have wanted. But I know for next time I'm going to use a fragrance, probably lavender. I already have it in my cart on Amazon. It's been fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. So we have this. And we have this box here. Can't really see. It's so deep in. Oh, and they're all falling. But yeah. So thanks guys for tuning in. See you next time.